This is not going to be a video for people in their victim mindset or easily triggered in, whereas they do their thing in their mundane life and then afterwards be like crying, looking for advice. Got so many advices of don't do it, don't go there, you deserve better, etc. Yeah, and then turn around, walk out the door, and do exactly the same freaking thing over and over and over again. And people were showing up lovingly all the time and are freaking fed up with that energy by now. Yeah, so if you are that person like, they are doing it after people are saying, this ain't not the reading for you, because this is a reading of Moon and Mercury energy direct, and I vowed, me knowing how it is to give people advice after advice after advice, and them still turning around and doing that ish. Yeah, that's why I don't do personal readings about situationships. But it eventually people go, you're on your own. Yeah, and from that perspective, you can only laugh about the situations people get themselves into. So this is direct, and I vowed when I would meet that energy I used to have back in the day, yeah, where people would come and talk about the stories, I would listen, I would be genuine, I would be understanding. And for those I still am. If you do something with the advice or know that you have to change or do better, yeah. So then this can be seen as entertainment, how it is from the extreme point of view, where, yeah, when you go into hermit, you need entertainment sometimes. I got my tissue ready because I might even cry a little, laughing out loud. I had the hardest uh, time trying to keep the straight face, writing down what I was picking up on. We got someone, yeah. Some other readers spoke about this one, yeah, but I don't know if they were in depth of it all. There is some advice or insights in between, but the overall was just. Someone wanted the personal reader for themselves. It was easy to see the hidden enemies that way. That the reader was not allowed to work on collective out of fear that you, if you are that reader, put out their ways. Majority is seeing the wounds and working on them. So, and I don't know if this one is connected or it is a different energy. Whew. But this is really that energy of yeah, where people go out clubbing and you feel your you are basically tired of that rut, yeah. And before you go clubbing, before you stand before the club, you be like your higher self. You will feel your higher self saying, or your soul screaming out, "No, no, go home. This ain't." You were crying. Yeah, no, go home. And that energy, seeing that and be like, feeling that inner child going or turning demonic as a figure of speech and be like, Yo, as in, I'm going to, yeah. And the higher self is like rolling their eyes and being like, getting dragged into. If there's a wingman or a wing feminine attached to that energy, they were like a couple of weekends before, like, oh, I see that higher self. Oh, I feel for you. I see you and try to grab it, but then that energy was too much to tame, and then it was like Kin and Kel. Oh, here goes, and being at the club with them. I know that energy. I recognize that energy. Moments before they were, can you please tonight? Can you babysit me? I ain't your mother. I ain't your mama. Is the energy. And after no success in the club, the main character turning around, like at the end of the evening. And if you are a wing girl of a masculine, yeah, they be like, why can't I find someone like you? But you were at the bar, you saw the shenanigans, you were seeing what they got themselves into, looking around, and be like, I ain't your garbage. Yeah, collector. That kind of energy. Seeing like all the weekends, gets flashbacks of all the weekends before. And the spirit showed me someone in a short stretch dress, but then at the end of the evening, first they were sucking face with your friend. But then that skirt somehow, or that dress somehow got like way up there. You see them half in the underwear, drunken, drunken AF, riding, I don't know, in the booth or on the ground. Some other random dude. You have flashbacks of where you were like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to the ladies' room, and saw another feminine that he was uh, kissy face with, who has her head doors open, big mess on the floor, be like with her full head in the toilet bowl. Oh, puking. Like nothing happened. And you warned your guy. But there at the wrong face be like, got smooshed, got stuck in there somehow. And you be like, no, I'm not your car, bitch. collector. We're not doing that. Anyway. And somewhere in that mix, there's a lot of entanglement of energy. Oh my god. I feel these feminine side from experience where you be like, thank God it isn't me. Oh, okay, I do my best to keep the crystal clear. Oh, there is a feminine who gives advice. Got like sick and tired of the shenanigans of who they try to protect, and they see another feminine in their masculine energy who is fed up with that as well, but is in a took the moon or the dark night energy and be like, I got it. He's my bitch now. Where that masculine energy. When you are in an observant kind of mindset and you have the experience, it is kind of funny. Where that masculine energy recognize that you felt for that other feminine and be like, okay, you are in a hurt phase. I'm like a couple steps further. Yeah, I got this for you. Where the masculine ends up like totally in love because they had the right of their life. Oh my. Trying to be empathic, but yeah, this is why I don't do in between readings. But he has a right of his life crying that she doesn't, that energy doesn't like him that way. That was like a Scorpio, Taurus, feminine kind of energy. Yeah? Anyway, other storylines behind it are excuses in general. Can be feminine problems, can be what the masculine plays into. Excuses of feeling too old, getting too old. And with what I just said, yeah. If you do the healing, it is the best freaking time ever. And you are not getting old. Or, yeah, you having your normal process. But if all feminines were in their power, not condoning the extremes, I understand them, but not condoning them, because we do feel bad, like after a bit, and then we be like, if you look around, like, nah, yeah. If all feminines were like that, and masculines will get an understanding of that a feminine is not to be played with, do you think they will would keep their shenanigans going? Yeah, there will be some other examples why which might scare a masculine. Okay, so excuses of feeling too old, getting too old. If you go through the healing, if you recognize, okay, if we all set an example of and not tolerating certain energies no more, especially when you have children. Then you give your own life, your own being purpose. It is not up to somebody exterior from you. Because all the men be preying on that, taking advantage. This masculine energy is playing multiple feminines as he holds them that against them, like you'll be getting too old. I have this, that, oh, and so and the other. And yeah, the pretentious kind of. So like good news, it's Moon, Mercury, retrograde, direct, as the energy feels like bold and sassy and he does that all because one energy was like, you ain't getting any younger either. Who says you are not getting too old for me? Ow. And he inspired be like, I got money and so I have the longest breath thinking he is playing chess. And he left you playing checkers. But, uh-oh. There was a third party turning witchy on their ass. Be like, as in you wanted magic? You are getting magic. And to the masculine, if he still is watching, when you offer a fairy tale, so try to speak magic to their heart, to feminine's heart, but meanwhile being shady, yeah, or playing those previous games. That is your shadow, shady side, unhealed part, and that will be mirrored. So it isn't really all their fault. Take note that he is feeling, guys like this, feeling some importance of self when others are in drama over them. So the more people are making drama over that masculine energy, the more he feels like, oh, they are fighting over me. Huh. Then I might be important. So you're basically just feeding on ego. There was some rigid energy, and that is being let go of. The majority is seeing wounds and working on them. Pelvic floor rehab might be beneficial for some. There is an influx in general in the collective of marital problems, but That is just because people are seeing more and more. And in that mix of crazy masculine versus their asses getting mirrored, getting their magic back. We had a Shorty Call 911 song, as in him still going, thinking he can. Oh, word. I heard one of the feminines going to, yeah, so he'd be in Shorty Call 911. She'd be like, see ya, unstoppable. I heard the trumpets. Oh, and then getting ready for battle. And there's somewhere, and I don't know where this is coming from, but somewhere in the mix we have uh, Red Wine, the song. I spoke about 2017 and people were like, what? And why is it significant? That's the memory I have in date of also where I got aware about twin flame journey. Yeah, the twin flame journey. And that was the biggest reality check. And it has to do with all these stories going on. Yeah, where it boils down to that love is a projection. It opens up wounds of that Cinderella story of where you saw the Cinderella story, were infatuated, were like, oh, I want that, or is that the way it's love is supposed to be, etc. And that's basically a guideline to guide you to inner child wounds, because then quickly after that you will see have flashbacks about how your parents were together, the good, the bad, in between. First you might see the romantic parts of it, and this is for all the readers and their confusion or keep getting the same cards on the table and be like, when is this going to be over? This is going to be over when you see more and when you look into it deeper, not as in the storylines, but if everybody claims to have ancestral bloodline or believes in step-ins or believes in the inner God, the God within, those in metaphor point out, yeah, that it's all a form of projection. Meaning, their stories, their experiences, are a part of their magical bundle. So if they had situationships in love, but you thought you could only aim for their magical gifts, that isn't how it's working. But then you have if, for example, when I started to do some research, everybody was calling on Earth Angel Michael. Yeah, and I was like, how can Earth Angel Michael how can he be everywhere? He's with that reader, yeah. So you got a source projection, yeah. Then it runs through you. That's why collective overall, depending on which character they link themselves up with, they connect themselves with. So the 3D-ish situation ships, yeah, are practice for the magic, but with that magic comes the karma of that magic, and therefore you have that back and forth, and therefore you have a ripple effect out in collective, and that's why you can get same cards on the board or same story lines on the board. Oh, not that I've been hinting on that like in my other videos, but never mind. Oh, yeah, cover that. Yeah, also with the twin flame journey um, or love stories overall, if you are sensitive, let's say we are talking in degrees of gifts. So you start off being sensitive. It may be a precursor that you are clairsentient, for example. Yeah? Is to see what is. So let's say you fall in love with or think you are falling in love with a celebrity or a known person. I rather stay out of those energies. Yeah. Uh, I've seen the teacher-student dynamic where people get infatuated and see, oh, this resonates with me, that resonates with me, and don't see how they are clicking themselves into energy and then be like, what the happened? Yeah, that's why I don't like to give off false um, false hope and or keep people hanging, etc. I'm all for blunt. That's why I don't like people being secretive. Because also with the masculines, if you are feminine and you have to go and go in collaboration with masculines, it was also masculine versus masculine. If you see how they are working their own business, yeah, there is a generation that thought, okay, let's learn from their mistakes as in we can do it better. Mm-mm. You don't want to do businesses with, because that is coming out like a beach whale. It wasn't the elephant in the room, this was the bug in the system, and it's being purged. Yeah, but I told myself that to look at people's how they would deal with their private situationships. That gave me an inclination of how sneaky they could be, and if they would treat their so-called loved ones that way, and it goes that far, then don't be shocked if you do go into business with them, how they will backstab your ass. So it's understandable that we are looking for something new, something different. I understand that the solo journey isn't easy. I understand that the majority just wants love, wants to be loved, wants to be seen. And spirit is, and then yeah, simultaneously in the duality, they don't, because if they clicked off when I was laughing, yeah, I couldn't deal with it, then they do and they don't want to be seen. So yeah. So that overall is are energies that others like to take to their advantage, abuse the situation, yeah. That's why I choose to, while connecting, I like to stay private, because you got like the majority of different people, different energies, and if someone is unhealed, like in the whistleblower, yeah, you can be a whistleblower, but you were also traumatized, and sometimes in that mix where you almost like feel like you can't go anymore, you have a burnout, and then you got an entanglement as well in energy. And because you don't see, yeah, that's that trauma element of it, you don't see the help, or you don't see the others. You just see people trying to come after you with a certain vibe of wanting to take advantage, but that is also how the trauma works. So that's why in between being a truth speaker, being a whistleblower, you want to take pauses, to sit yourself down, to see it for what it is. Yeah. People left and right could have tried to hold me back, so to speak. I knew, I had faith that truth would come out, and people be speaking your name based on an old notion, bad publicity can be good publicity. Yeah, your mouth or your name was in everybody's mouth, so everybody thinks they know something or get curious, etc. And when the truth comes out, or was already out, yeah, it gets amplified, and it's a domino effect, if not an avalanche, for the person taking or who tried to take advantage. What I do with my videos, yeah, I make a video and I make them turn them into shorts to get the important elements, this is me mirroring as well, of that story, to keep that. So not the full video that takes up data, and or I take pictures with time, date, etc. of the videos I made, because there's something with the algorithm, etc., where it doesn't help us content creators. It is to try to keep those other automatic content creators safe. Yeah, need to spit that out. Sorry, was a little bit of a sidetrack. So, love, wanting to be seen, etc. We all have those wounds. For the longest time, the majority was like YOLO and didn't want to see it. It was too hard, it was too dark, it was too I don't know what. Yeah, or they were simply fed up, thought that dark was all there was. So that's why YOLO energy. There can be several reasons behind it. But then in a collective versus somebody helping or being a leader, there is some very messy energy, and I stay away from those energies. But karmic lesson is you are one of those people in that collective who follows someone, was like in awe with that person, or at least you thought. Turns out you are a sensitive. So you have a lesson in clairsentient, the clairsentient gift. This means, and how can you see that? How can you recognize that energy? That is, you get in a collective, you, even before you get into it, you feel a certain way. And it goes at times. And if you get actually step into the comment section, you'll be like, what the freak? Or you be like, just focus on the person and be like, yeah, I'm kind of hypnotized. Sensation. Nothing else matters, that only that one person that you see on the screen matters. After a while, there is no difference between somebody, because it's a build-up, it's a too much of energy, where there were very outgoing people in the collective, as in genuine happy for you, yeah, you are doing great, yeah, hey, and finally it's a fresh new wind blowing, yay, let's go, let's go, let's go, supporting the person. Let's see, let's say out of thousands you got hundreds. I like to be positive as well, because somebody was like, that's a real positive view of the, no, I like to be new world energy. So let's say, not 50, hundreds are in that, yay, that's my girl, or that's my yay, and if you don't care what sex someone is, then it is like we just love the person, yeah. Then you get people with trauma wounds falling in love later, as they might follow them for I don't know how long. Then you don't know how many energies like got left in that situation, and like no answer, no resolve, no healing, nothing. And then you get people who fall in love easy. They'd be like, oh, yeah. And that's basically replacing one bad situation or sad situation, one break in a relation, and projecting what they can't project toward their ex, toward the next one, toward the next one. Yeah. How do you know if your feelings are real? There's only one way to find out, basically, and that is to contact them directly. Bear in mind, you have your inner processes as well. Yeah. So might still be some residue in wounds. There might still be a little bit of that shell shock energy, like, oh, this is real, or yeah. So that is an individual thing to weigh off. But if their collective is cooling down fast because they hit that marker left before of unanswered energies, and your love, sorry, and your feeling of love for them cools down just as much or just as fast, as just a lesson, a hint of all this energy and that you are sensitive. So just we use levels as in degrees. You might go, if you master something, you might go back and forth between those, and depending on the overall mood or what is going on. I mean, like I said, yesterday was an influx of so-called marital problems, and others being in a healing mode. And I was like, oh, ow. And then I take myself offline, doing my own thing, sitting with the energy might sometimes get you as and going freaking insane. But that's just like, bear in mind, we do have a collective out there that ignored the first warning signs, or the majority of warning signs, that were like, no, I'm getting followers, even though if it was in the Venusian energy, like or ego energy, like the old Hollywood kind of ways, yeah, that's taking your own responsibilities, owning your own responsibilities, that they took that in that moment as in, yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm getting followers left and right, and yeah, I'm a rising star, forgetting that there was with the gifts there are old karma, there's old karma attached to it. All needs to be in balance. And when you only thought, ha ha ha, I can take the Venusian energy and be like bougie and be like, come in, yeah? You are also, with that wrong mindset, are pulling people in with similar mindsets, doing this as in it's a mechanism. Then we have a person as well who was, and that was like all the examples I just mentioned, yeah, that in between you can think that you are going nuts, and that can be that the Lulu energy. Yeah, clear that. There are some that took it that far that even though the energy that I recognize, as that is the energy I want to read for, yeah, that the energy that I recognize bless you. But someone coming out of that previous cycle, someone has a a wall up basically, where you be your own self, and then you get some masculines, because this feels like a feminine energy. Take it how it resonates. Where you do your own thing and masculines be like, oh, refreshing, interesting, and out of experience, you kinda be like, I think I know that energy, and what you're doing, kinda mindset, but sometimes you get fed up, and with your bosses you have a playful way of trying to turn someone off, and that is going like very dominant because you feel or think that they solely come towards you because you are at peace at one, and you think they mistake that for weakness, and therefore you went bold and haha, let me write that, yeah, just scare them off, and you had one that was like mistaking that as, oh, she is in love with me. There is a small group, as far as I know of, that do that. That happens, and that is a drag. But that was what was going on, and that was for you, the Delulu person. And somebody else realized that over-explaining selves is to pleasure others, and it boils down, that's my knowledge that I will share, and boils down to how much goes on in oneself, so in one being. It is a calling to dive in deeper, not easy, but to see that there is more to you. And that's basically what you are mirroring, like constantly over explaining is like there is more to me than meets the eye. Authentic self is like you are not for everyone. You are a gift. And you are a gift to some that gives you the effort or shows you the effort that they want to get to know you. And that can be in any other level. And if that over explaining is an feels like an automatic kind of thing you're doing, where you'd be like, "Oh, what am I doing? What?" Yeah? Just make it into a creative business. Find a creative way to turn it around. Yeah, and because with me it was, I always had stage fright or to perform back in the day. I made too much out of it. That was what it was. Being out there. Also have to do with all the energies I just explained. Like, do we want to go there? Set ourselves up like in those in-betweens. The people you encounter, you are not responsible for what another does. As I explained in the beginning, if another one recognizes, oh, there is something higher speaking to me, warning me, yeah, and they don't listen, it is, yeah, I always, if I would see it, it always would show up in some kind of slow motion. That's why I let go of time overall. Don't ask me about dates, don't ask me about, I let go of it all. Time now. That was an inkling for that, an explanation to why I saw that moment in slow motion. That makes you, or can make you, a seer. And how you get a gift is up to you. How much you can carry, where you would like to go, what fits you, your personality. Yeah. So all of that was like, that was all what held me back. Then I had a moment of, yeah, but all that could make me money, where I was like, I'm doing this ish for free and people are freaking crazy that I'm going to I'm not that mule. It's not pack it all on my back and piggyback of nah. And then you have that darker element of self that is like, I can freaking make money out of it. But again, with developing gifts, it is normal to have those darker thoughts or darker moments. Lighter side will say that's not virtuous, that's not righteous, that it is something. The trick is to balance the both. Okay, you just vow to not abuse situations, people, etc. That is basically your, and act accordingly. Yeah, you can have like whoops moments, normal, but act accordingly. Readjust. See it for what it is and move. Try to move past that energy. Because like I said, now is the time where you can see the people were like, nah, you are just scared of money, you got it all, money lack mentality, YOLO, you are a drag, yeah? Those people are tripping over their own feet. And you can be like, haha. But that's if you warned them before and you were keeping it to yourself. Yeah, we're like minding my own business, not doing meddling. Mm-mm. Yeah, so I hope this gave you clarity, and I'm going to leave it here because almost now in. Wishing you the best, and I'll see you next. Bye.